Hi there, I'm Jessica.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. Welcome to the Wellness Center. Do you want to tell me what brings you in today?
Well, my doctor um, referred me here because he's worried that I've gained quite a bit of weight and that I'm at risk of developing diabetes and I have quite high blood pressure.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming in. I know that losing weight is really hard, and being here is the first step. Um, Before we start, I'd like to go over a few things about my practice. Is that okay with you?
Sure.
Okay, so my name is Jessica, and I work here at the Wellness Center. We run various weight loss programs. So I'm a social worker, and we'll have about 6 sessions together depending on your needs. And everything we talk about is confidential. However, there's a few exceptions where confidentiality can be broken, such as when required by law or by the Social Work Code of Ethics. So I'll get you to sign this form that goes into more detail about confidentiality. Did you have a chance to read it over when you were in the waiting room?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for signing that.
No problem.
Okay, great. Thank you. So would it be okay if we go over a few general questions just so I can get to know you better?
Sure.
Great. So can you tell me a little bit about your living situation?
So my husband and I recently separated. We're going through a divorce, so I'm living at home by myself. Well, actually, not by myself, with um, my daughter. So she lives with me. So it's just her and I.
Oh, wow. Um, can you tell me a little bit about your extended family? Are your parents in town?
My mom lives nearby, so we see her quite often, and of course, like my daughter loves going over to her nana's house, so we go see her quite often when we can, once or twice a week.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that's. I mean, most of my other family lives kind of further away, so.
Okay. um, so I can see from your referral here that you're a school teacher.
Yeah, I am. I teach first grade.
First grade. And how do you like that?
I love it. The kids are like adorable. They're always they also have like great questions. Like some of the questions are pretty silly, but it helps my job. It makes it a little more fun when they can be a little silly, and then it makes you laugh and makes you realize not to take your job so seriously, and that those kids you're there to teach them, but you're also there to help like shape their lives, and you know certain teachers will make an impact on them, and that's how I ended up becoming a teacher, just because of some of the teachers I've had growing up. So I kind of want to be one of those people for them.
Sounds like you are a great teacher.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty good. I mean, most of the kids like me, so.
It sounds like you really love what you do.
Yeah, I do, for sure.
That's great. How old is your daughter?
She's 10.
10. Okay, yeah. So she's in school as well
while
you're working?
Yeah, actually, I was able to get her into the school that I work at, so.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're at the same school, which is nice right now, but in
Yeah.
a few years she'll be going off to middle school, so.
Okay.
And I'll still be at the elementary school, so that'll be a big change for us, but right now we're just kind of focused on kind of getting through each day.
That makes sense. Mm-hmm. So you mentioned that you go to your mom's a lot and that you live alone. Is there anyone else in your life that helps support you as a single mom? That's there for you?
Yeah, like I have a few friends that are, a few other mom friends that, I have one or two that are single and a few others that are still a couple. So like, we kind of trade off. If someone needs help watching the kids or something, we'll usually help each other out.
That's great that you have that support. So you're here because your doctor referred you to the Wellness Center because of our weight loss programs. Do you think you could tell me a little bit about your health?
Well, like I said, like I just recently separated, going through a divorce. But like in the past, I tried losing weight and I lost like 50 pounds on Weight Watchers.
Good
Yeah, I tried a few different programs, so it took me a little while there to think about which one it was. But yeah, it was Weight Watchers, and I lost 50 pounds, and it was great. But then soon after, my husband and I we ended up separating, and then I just kind of ended up gaining all the weight back, just because like it was a tough time, and
Yeah.
it was hard to cope in. Now I'm not sure what to do.
Oh, so you were able to lose quite a bit of weight in the past.
Yeah.
How do you think you were able to do that then?
Well, my daughter, like I said, like kind of recently, but also we kind of were fighting and stuff. And I thought, if I lost weight, that he would stay, and everything would kind of go back to the way it was when we first met. And so that was kind of a motivator.
Yeah.
So I was able to, go to the gym, go for walks. My daughter, I would take her for walks, and then we both would get out of the house. I had a little more time to cook meals and stuff, just because I wasn't as busy at work. So that really played a factor in it.
Yeah, that makes sense. So can you tell me a little bit about what your concerns are right now with your weight?
Like obviously, like I'm, it's not healthy to be at this weight, but
yes.
But then, like, I know something needs to be done, but I don't know how, just because, like I said, like, we go to my mom's house, but I try not to go there too often, just because my mom is quite overweight as well, and she has a really tough time getting around. She has really sore joints. There's a lot of kind of implications that go along with it, and I just feel like if I keep continuing down this path that I'm on, that I'm going to end up like her, and that's somewhere I don't want to be. But I'm just not sure how to change it.
So you're worried about turning out like your mother.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that like every daughter's fear, to turn out like their mom?
Yeah, I have heard it before, for sure. So it sounds like your health and fear of turning out like your mom is really worrying to you.
Yeah, like I said, like I want to be around for my daughter, when she is graduating and stuff, and I don't want her to be, I guess, like embarrassed that her mom is, so overweight.
Yeah. So it scares you that you might turn out like your mom, and also that maybe your daughter will be embarrassed by you.
Yeah, because like right now at 10, like they're starting to get to that age, where they can be quite judgmental.
Yeah.
Not only of themselves, but like of the world and everyone that's in their circle, kind of thing. And obviously, as the mom, you're like the closest one kind of to them in that circle, in a sense. So I want to be someone that she's like proud of. To be like, yeah, that's my mom.
Yeah, that makes sense. Does your weight affect you at all in your day-to-day life?
Yeah, sometimes, sometimes I have to go climb up the stairs or something, and, I have to take a breath at the top, just because, like, it's a lot of hard work to move all this weight up the stairs.
Yeah.
So, and, like, I really used to like going for hikes and bike rides and stuff, but now I can't, because, like, I will walk, like, down the street, and then, like I said, like, even going up one flight of stairs, like, I'm out of breath, and I know that's not normal. And so I would really like to be able just to, like, go back to doing kind of the things I was doing.
Yeah, so you were always active, and then you have this young daughter that you want to be able to look up to you, and probably want to be able to keep up with her. And then your doctor has told you about these health concerns now, and so you're worried for the future?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, like, yeah, I guess it kind of does come down to, like, mostly future things, just because, I want to be there for my daughter. I don't want to turn out like my mom, because I can see kind of almost like I'm going down the same path she is on right now, and that's not a path I want to be on.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of it's like, not only my own health and well-being, but like I guess like also my daughter, like she's very important. So.
Of course. So what would it look like in your life if you were healthier?
Well, like I'd probably try and do some more like physical activities with my daughter, like and even maybe my mom, like getting her out of the house, going for walks, going for hikes, going for a bike ride, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Um, so on one hand, you have all of these um, health concerns to do with your weight, and you're finding it hard to do things that you used to enjoy. Even walking up the stairs is hard right now. And you can see what the benefits would be to losing the weight and how that might improve your life, and you might enjoy time with your daughter more. What do you think is holding you back from losing the weight right now?
I think it's mostly just like finding time to be able to implement this, like healthier eating and physical activity. Like with being a school teacher, like you're always working, like even on weekends. You know, you're marking stuff or getting lesson plans ready, kind of things. So it's like I think the time thing is one of the biggest issues.
Yeah. So you like to lose weight, but you feel like fitting in time to cook healthy food or to exercise would be difficult right now.
Yeah, for sure.
What kinds of things have you done in the past to try to lose weight?
Well, like I said, like I was on a few different like diet programs. Like I tried Atkins, I tried Weight Watchers. Well, Weight Watchers actually did work for a little while, but
That's not working.
I think so. Hold on. She won't even care.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I was trying, Atkins, Weight Watchers. What else? Paleo, keto kind of diets, and Weight Watchers seemed to be the most successful, but it didn't stick because it's kind of like one of those like short. Most weight loss programs are short term kind of thing, and I'm looking for something more long term.
Right, that makes sense. What do you think might be different about this time in your motivation to lose weight from last time?
Before it was mostly like, oh, I better like do it, not only to feel good about myself and look good, but like it was mostly like, oh, I better try and keep my husband because things weren't going well, and I kind of thought weight was the issue, and so then that's why I tried losing the weight to begin with. But now it's mostly like not only from, like I said, like now it's more for myself. Like I want to be healthier for myself and also my daughter, and to be able to be an example for her and show her, that just because you are the way you are now doesn't mean you can't change it.
Right, that makes sense. So would you say that you are more motivated this time due to, say, like your health concerns, which you talked about earlier, and wanting to be there for your daughter, and doing it more for yourself than, say, for your husband?
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, like now it's just like my daughter and I, so like especially, I feel like it might be more successful this time because I'm more focused on myself than kind of the more like extrinsic motivators.
Yeah, that's really great. How would you like your health to be different?
Well, I'd like to walk up, like I was saying, a flight of stairs without feeling like I have to catch my breath. I'd like to be more active. I'd like to, eat healthier. Just, I guess, being able to feel better about myself, like, looking in the mirror and being like, oh, like, I actually look pretty good, instead of just like, oh, that'll work.
So would you say a big thing for you is, I mean, your doctor has sent you because you have these health concerns. He says you have high blood pressure, you're at risk of developing diabetes, but on the other hand, you also have this want to look better and to feel better. Would you say that that's pretty important to you?
Yeah, especially I think like the health, like the doctor was saying, like the high blood pressure and being at risk for diabetes. Like I know having diabetes is really hard. My mom has type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure. So seeing her trying to manage that is really, it's tough because like it's quite difficult to be able to manage that. So like I don't want to have that as kind of like an extra thing on top of everything I'm doing right now to have to worry about.
So would you say that you're afraid for your future if you continue down this, if you maintain the weight and don't do something to change right now?
Yeah, for sure. Like I think like I was saying, like I probably would end up turning out like my mom,
Mm-hmm.
and no one wants to be like their mom for the most part.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're more afraid of the health concerns, and you can see sort of your own future in your mom's life, and
Yeah.
you don't want it to be like that because you have this daughter, and you want to keep up with her and be able to be active, and you can see how your mom's health impedes her from being active and doing things with you and your daughter.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Great. Um, so, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being like the most motivated and 1 being the least, how ready are you to make some changes in your life to accomplish these goals?
Solid 5.
So, so why would you say you're at a 5 and not say like a 3?
Well, like a 3, like that's like really like, you know, no motivation. Like I have motivation to change, like I want to change, but I don't know where to start and how to do it, and having the time, trying to take the time out of my day to be able to. So like the motivations are like I do want to change, it's just I don't have time, and like it's like I don't know where to start, I don't know how to do it, so I just kind of feel like I'm kind of stuck.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you mentioned that one of the not so good things about losing weight is, finding the time to exercise right now with your busy life as a single mom and a teacher. Are there any other not so good things that you associate with losing the weight? Like in the past, some of my clients have talked about not wanting to change their eating habits, or enjoying dessert, or you know, eating a lot of convenience food or comfort food.
Yeah.
Especially because you're busy.
Yeah, I think like because I'm busy, like I do try to cook meals at home, but I know it's kind of difficult because sometimes I'll stay an extra half an hour to an hour after school, so that way I don't have to bring it home. But then by the time we get home, it's like 5:30. No one wants to cook, so
yeah,
we have quite a few frozen dinners, and I know those aren't the best because there's a lot of sodium, salt, and like preservatives and additives to but I just know like it's kind of like I feel like it's kind of one of those things at this point, like, well, as long as my kid, I'm able to put food on the table, might not be the best, but she's still eating, and she's not going to bed hungry kind of thing. So at this point, that's kind of I think my biggest thing, and maybe it's like I have to take time out on a Sunday to meal prep for the week or something, but it's kind of hard with a kid because they don't always want to eat the same thing all the time. So I'm not sure how I'd be able to do that.
Right. So on one hand, you know that the convenience foods and the frozen foods aren't the best for you health-wise, and they may be contributing to your weight. But on the other hand, finding alternatives and the time to cook is really hard for you right now because you're a busy single mother and you're working a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you've identified exercise and convenience foods as the not good things about losing weight.
Yeah.
Sometimes people, even in my office, decide like, those things are too hard, so they're not even going to try to lose weight.
Yeah.
But here you are saying that even though it's hard, you want to do it.
Yeah.
What do you think makes you different?
I think just like it depends what your motivators are. Like I was saying, like for me, like I see what can happen if I stayed on this path. My mom, and as well, like I said, like my daughter is a huge motivator as well. Like I don't want like I don't want her like high school graduation, like me being in like a wheelchair or something because I'm like so overweight that I can't.
Yeah. So, it sounds like even though it'll be difficult finding the time to exercise and finding the time to make healthy food, but you're really motivated to do it because it sounds like your daughter is one of the main reasons.
Yeah, I think I just, I feel like my mom maybe didn't put me first, and that's why I want to change it so that way the cycle's kind of broken.
You okay?
Yeah.
So,
it's okay. I just don't want to turn out like her.
So you mentioned wanting to break the cycle. Do you think that? Could you tell me what would be your hopes for the future? If you were able to become healthier.
Go on more hikes and bike rides with my daughter. And just be more active, show her different types of physical activity that she can do that's maybe not, team sports related, just because she's not the most athletically inclined. Unfortunately, she gets that from me.
Yeah.
But being able to show her, we can go for a hike, we can go for a walk. There's a bike ride. Her and I can go play tennis. We might not be the best at it, but at least we're out getting exercise. Going for a swim at the pool, that kind of thing. Being able to go to the pool and putting on a swimsuit, not having to worry about how you look and that other people are looking at you.
Yeah.
So to be able to do that with her would be really nice. So yeah, just being able to show her that there's other types of physical activity out there other than just teams, basketball, soccer, hockey, that kind of thing.
It sounds like you have a lot of great ideas of activities you would like to do with your daughter that would help you to be more active and that would help your relationship.
Yeah.
What do you think is standing in the way of you taking your first step towards weight loss?
Well, I know Weight Watchers worked in the past, but my daughter, like I said, it was a few years ago, so my daughter's a bit younger. She wasn't as picky of an eater.
Yeah.
And now, they're getting to that age. Like I said, she's 10. She's kind of like preteen. They're really getting their own opinions, and so that would be tough, like the meal planning thing. Yeah. But I just think I don't know. I think I just don't know where to start. Essentially, I feel like I should try something different than Weight Watchers, something like I said that's more long-term, lasting effects.
Did you find that the meal planning aspect of Weight Watchers worked for you?
Yeah, so they would have recipes and stuff online that you could print off and you could make, and it'd show you how many points each one was, and even when you go out to eat and stuff, it'll tell you how many points each thing that you're eating kind of is. And they even have ones for certain restaurants, which is nice, but that only lasts so long because then you get tired of always counting points and calories, and then it's one of those things that you're counting calories, and then it doesn't feel as organic as just being able to, intrinsically and subconsciously pick foods that are good.
That makes sense. So would you say that the meal planning aspect of Weight Watchers was okay for you, but the counting points and the having to keep track of it that way didn't work so well?
Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, I think the calorie counting just kind of got to the point where, now in media and stuff anorexia and bulimia, I just don't want to have that as an example to my daughter, just being I'm always counting points and stuff, because that really resonates with kids, and they are more observant than we think they are. Of course, especially being a teacher, I'm really aware of everything that I'm doing, and that kind of translates over to my home life with my daughter, and just with her, I just would like it so that she, like I said, subconsciously, picks healthy foods because she wants them, not because she has to have them. And so I want to be able to set that example for her.
It sounds like your daughter is really important to you, and you really want to model healthy behaviors for her.
Yeah, like I said, I kind of want to break that cycle, If I go down the same path my mom is, then I'm sure she would follow behind me, and then the cycle would just kind of keep going, whereas I want to break the cycle and really show her that there's a different way.
That makes sense. So you mentioned that the meal planning aspect was okay, counting calories and the numbers that didn't work so well for you. Um, is there anything else that you could identify that might work for you?
I think like someone holding me accountable.
Mm-hmm.
So like, of course, like I wouldn't put that on my daughter to hold me accountable. So I think I would definitely like a professional.
Yeah.
Or like even like just someone, I guess, like once a week check-ins kind of thing to see how I'm doing, because like I know like when you're at work, I'm held accountable not only by the kids but also like my boss, the principal, things. Yeah. And so I know that being held accountable, and that's in the workplace, like that works for me. So like I feel like if I was able to use that in my personal life for especially the weight loss, I think I'd be more successful.
Yeah. Okay. So you've said using a meal plan might work, and then having someone hold you accountable to the meal plan. What would that look like for you? So right now you're signed up to come here for 6 weeks, once a week. How might I be able to help you to achieve goals?
Well, maybe like a weekly like diary, maybe like keeping track of not necessarily like the points, but like essentially like what I'm eating and how I'm and kind of the physical activity that I'm trying to fit into my life, and then like be able to review that, because especially looking back, you'd be like, oh, like this day this happened and this is why I kind of fell off the rails this day, and then like you could see that I'd be able to see kind of and go over with you where the strengths are, and then kind of go from there.
Yeah, that sounds like a really great plan.
Yeah.
So we're just about out of time. So I'm going to just summarize what you've said so far and make sure I've got it right. And then we'll talk a little bit about some plans that we can help you to meet your goals for during the week. So you've identified that you would like to lose weight, in part because of your health issues. Your doctor has said you're at risk of diabetes and you have high blood pressure. But it sounds like more important than that is your relationship with your daughter and wanting it to be more active and healthy than your own relationship with your mother. Sounds like it's really important to you as well to be a good role model to your daughter, role modeling healthy eating and healthy body image. And so you'd like any plan to be a healthy plan that when she sees you doing it as well, that she'll identify as healthy, and that may help her even as she grows up to have these healthy habits as well. So you've identified that some of the things that are not so good about losing weight are exercising, finding the time to exercise, and finding the time to prepare healthy meals. So on one hand, you have all these great reasons for losing the weight, but on the other hand, there are some things that might get in the way. But overall, at this point, you feel pretty committed to prioritizing your health, and you're wanting to try to make some changes. Is that about right?
Yeah.
Is there anything you would like to add?
No, I think you're got it pretty spot on.
Great. So maybe I can give you this meal planning resource.
Okay.
And if you wanted to go through it, it sort of sets out, some ideas for healthy meal plans. It doesn't tell you exactly what you should or shouldn't eat, but just gives you some ideas. And so why don't we start with your goal of maybe keeping a diary for the next week.
Okay.
And then we can take a look at it next week and think about how we can support you in your weight loss goals.
Sounds good.
Great.
Awesome.
Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
Goodbye,
Bye.
Sarah.